Eastern suburbs, red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs. Took flight, come on. Born in Bondi, southern skies ignite. From the east our spirits rise. Red, white, blue, our story told. From nothing we rose, made our claim. Eastern pride, we built our name. Stronger now, we never fall. Rooster spirit standing tall. Yeah, come on, feel that pride, let's go. Since the start the legacy lives. Power the heartbeat gives. Red and blue, we walk with pride. Fans by side can't hide our vibe. Flags up high, crowd in sync. Roosters rule, we never blink. Eastern suburbs. Eastern suburbs. Red, white, and blue, we're flying high. Sydney roosters reach the sky. Eastern suburbs, Roosters! Get up! Feel that pride! Grand on fire, glory set. Fighting with fire, no regrets. Yeah! Every tackle, every try, hit hard.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Oh my God, my mic's over here. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Chook Chat podcast on the Sydney Roosters Diehards. Haynes here, and we are joined by special guest, and he is the first guest on the channel to return for a second episode.
Yep.
Lummy from Tricolour TV is with us. How are you, my friend? Great to have you here, mate.
Good, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Considering the news yesterday, which we'll get into. But yeah, look, our two favorite players in the last over the off season has departed the club. Going to obviously Xavier Va'ar for you and Angus Crichton for me. So it's yeah, good time to be a Roosters fan, right? When two of our favorite players are going elsewhere. Obviously. With the news yesterday that Angus Crichton will head to rugby next season. And then we've got, obviously, Xavier Va'ar. He's over in playing in the Super League this year as well. So, good times, mate. Good times.
Yeah, it sucks. But I think with Gussie, I think we had a feeling it was gonna come.
Yeah.
But there was also that bit of hope that it was like, okay, maybe he won't go. But you know what? I was thinking about it yesterday, and I get it. You know, like I get why he left at this time. Like once in a lifetime to play World Cup, and I was even thinking about it from this perspective. Like when his kid grows up, he gets to say he played for the best NRL team, won a comp with them, played for his state, played for his country, and then went and played. Hopefully, which I'm sure he will, but hopefully goes and plays for Australia in the World Cup. So I get it; it's understandable.
Yeah, 100%. Like what we spoke about, or what I spoke about on here yesterday, is that it was definitely, obviously disappointing to see him leave, but at the same time, it's you can't really judge it whatsoever. Like obviously, Gus has got that connection with rugby in his early days. So obviously, hang on, I pressed the wrong thing. But yeah, like obviously he has that connection with the code in years gone by. So and obviously it's a great opportunity. Like it doesn't like these things don't come around often as well. Like home World Cups in rugby are very, very rare. Like I think the last one was 2003. So like nearly 20 odd years ago since the last home World Cup for Australia. So obviously it's a big, big deal for as a country and for people who invested in, in the sport of rugby union. So obviously it's a bigger deal. So, but yeah, look, obviously it's disappointing to see Gus leave, but at the end of the day, we wish him all the best, and
Yeah,
hopefully,
exactly.
like I said on here yesterday that he has one final year at the Roosters where he's going to rip in and lay it all out there for
Yeah.
the club he loves, and then goes off and hopefully he makes the World Cup squad, and hopefully he does well in rugby
Yep.
union, because wherever Gus is, and the same applies for Suoli'i, for Manu, Marky Mark. These guys will definitely have a home here, and they'll be supported by Roosters fans all over the globe, unless you go to South Sydney like Latrell Mitchell. So,
Yeah, exactly.
but
And ruin your career. But anyway.
we'll get to the live chat. We've got Jason Reader as well. Hello, Jason. How are you, my friend? We got Matthew Deep Blue, the code of the West. And we've got a few others in here. Brendan, g'day, and as well.
Cool.
Right, so we'll get into the first sort of topics that I wanted to talk about. Obviously, the big talking points were going to be Marky Mark and Angus Crichton. I think we'll just start. Obviously, we just already mentioned a little bit about the Angus Crichton situation, but it's sort of towards the thumbnail and the title of the video with of the episode tonight with Angus Crichton departing. I did see an article today that the Roosters have apparently lost, in their 14 players have departed the club in the last 2 seasons. Obviously, with Angus Crichton, the next one to leave alongside with Marky Mark at the end of the season. Obviously, with Marky Mark and Angus Crichton departing, it is, the war chest is open.
Yeah.
Do we go after anyone? Like, is there a main target that you can think of that we would be in considering of going after?
Look, I think with obviously all the reports that came out yesterday, you would think it'd be Tino.
Tino, yep.
Yeah, I think it would be Tino, but the one person I genuinely have wanted for a long time at the club, knowing Hargraves was going, was Payne Haas. And I think
Yeah.
if Brisbane didn't win that comp last year, I think he was an almost probably guarantee to come to the club. But now that he's won it, he probably wants to stay. I think, did he re-sign for 2 years till 2027?
Haas did.
Yeah,
I'm not too sure, to be honest with you, bro.
yeah. I know that.
I know he has. He's obviously hasn't been officially announced by.
Yeah.
Obviously by the Broncos, but
Yeah.
I believe so that obviously he was going to knock back, a big offer from obviously the basket case, Rugby 360, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think. Look, I think Tino's probably, because if you think about it now, with Angus going, we've got Nafahu White, who's going to be our main leader, and then Lindsay Collins probably doesn't have too long left. So that's a bit of experience that'll go when he does depart. But yeah, I think Tino would be the one to go for. But yeah, I think we need to get a leader in there in the forward pack and back row.
Yeah, I think Tino is a really, really strong choice. Look, obviously, not too long ago, I was asked about Keon or Tino, and I said probably Tino would be the most likely that we would go after. I just couldn't see a way where we could fit him in. But now, obviously, the departure of Gus, Lindsay Collins, as you mentioned, he's at this point of his career where, he's starting to get to the late stages. So, obviously, there might be a potential way there to maybe move him on to allow him in. But at the same time as well, like, I think one of the good things about a departure like a big gun in Angus Crichton is that we've got, it's not like we're going to lose a lot in the forward depth department. Like, we've got, obviously we saw the future of it last year with, the likes of the Blake Steeps and Celeste Fickettis and, Taylor Lasalu and all those type of, young forwards coming through the ranks. Like, it now creates that opportunity where there's going to be a vacant edge back row spot available. Obviously, Siwa Wong, he's trying to lock down that right edge, and there's an opportunity there. So, like, I don't think we really need to go after an outside, into a forward in the back row. Like, we obviously can have like the likes of Nat Butcher, Victor Radley and all those likes. I reckon Victor Radley would be perfect to slot into that role and play that left edge, maybe with Seawell on the right with Watto at 13. So, like I said yesterday, like at the end of the day, it sucks to see a player like Angus Crichton leave. He is an absolute gun in his position, one of the best back rowers of all time, up there with Boy Cordner and the likes of Fitzy and Luke Rickardson, Adrian Morley, Brian Fletcher, all these middle forwards and out and back rowers and that are legends of this club. Yeah. Angus Crichton's up there.
Yeah.
And to lose to lose a club legend like Angus Crichton is going to suck, and it's got a massive hole to fill. But it is obviously a great opportunity for these young guys to come up, and and I have full confidence in back the likes of Siwa Wong, Celeste Fiketti, Victor Radleys, and all those forwards to come in and plug that hole that we might lose, that we might have to fill with losing Angus Crichton.
Yeah, spot on. I think last year was such a blessing to have those young blokes come through, bleed him in, and like look back to that Penrith game. Like all those young guys starting. I remember so many people saying like, "Oh, this is going to be a whitewash. We're going to get flogged," and mate, they came out and killed it. And then that was like the start of like a year long or season long of watching these young blokes step up to the plate, and it takes it back to when Roosters were dominating 18, 19, even 2013 when it was next man up. You know what I mean? It was that next man up mindset of doesn't matter how many games you played, if you played 300 or if you haven't even played one, you had that Roosters mentality of you're coming in, you're filling the boots of whoever's there, and you're stepping up to the plate and taking it for all you've got. And that's what we seen last year, and it's only going to get better this coming season.
Yeah, 100%. I completely agree with you there, my friend. Obviously, we had Nick Davis on SEN today. He come on and had was asked about Angus Crichton on the way he approached the situation, and I do have to give Gus and Marky Mark credit on this. Obviously, we all know what Angus Crichton as a person is. He's a great bloke, and he's he wouldn't screw the Roosters whatsoever. So, obviously come on, obviously I think maybe yesterday or the day before he informed the club and the playing group that he will no longer be at the Roosters beyond this season. And I think it's the way that they've gone about it, where he's gone, right, this is what's happened. This is where I'm going next year. But for the meantime, my full focus is with the Roosters and be locking in for the remainder of the season until I'm no longer a Rooster. And that's the mindset that I love from Angus Crichton. And I feel the same way as well with Marky Mark. Like the way that it's the best scenario possible for us, knowing that they're leaving now. It hasn't broke during the season. It's not going to derail our season. It's happened in the preseason. It's now, right, it's happened. Have our time to process it. Like us as fans, we get the time to process it, have our say, show the emotions of a player departure. And then, now we've got 2 months before the season starts. So nearly 2 months until, obviously, we're obviously mid-January. And this has broken within 2 days of each other. Marky Mark going to Japanese rugby, Angus Crichton going to the Wallabies / Waratahs in 2027. So obviously within 2 days that has dropped. Then obviously it's shocking news to see two club favourites depart. But it's done now. It's done in January. It's not done like in July when the whips are cracking. But so now, it's not going to be a distraction on the team. It's going to be right. Business as usual once it was told. Had the little moment together as a club, as a team, and then once they hit back onto the training paddock, it's business as usual.
Yeah. That's what I love. Because you see it happen all the time where players don't inform the club of what they're doing, where they're going, and it gets to midway point of the season, talks are still happening, and it starts going downhill. And I'm you said it perfect. perfectly. It's happened right now, over and done with. Sweet, he's going. No worries. Get on with the season. Us fans process when he comes out every game, cheer him on, knowing it's his last season at the club, and yeah, and just give him all the love that he deserves.
Yep, 100%. And he does. He deserves every single bit of love and praise from the club and from the fans this year. Because he's done a hell of a lot for this club over the last 7 or 8 seasons. So,
Yeah,
and the same thing applied for Marky Mark. Obviously, Sulee's was a little bit different because it was literally after we announced that we re-signed him, and then with Manu was early on in the season. I don't think Sulee and Manu's departure in 2024 was it was shocking, but I don't think it really rattled us too much on
no,
performance wise. So I don't think it will apply here. So
yeah,
I think it's it's a good thing that it hasn't dragged on. It's it's out there now. We all know about it. And it's also good for Angus Crichton too. That he's made a decision about his future, and he doesn't have to worry about where he's going to be next season. Where's he going to be, and all that. And yeah, just simply, yes, great business from everyone involved.
yeah. I agree.
All right. Now, so obviously there was a little bit of talk around, obviously with the promo shoot with the Roosters at Bondi and the Icebergs and all that. Obviously great to see Reece Robson involved, and I'm really excited for his presence this season. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk around some content creators and all that who don't believe that Reece Robson is a good fit for the Roosters. I've had my say on it. I do believe that this is going to be one of the best signings from us this season, and I think it's one of the underrated signings of the season. Lummy, you've had your say on it today on your Instagram.
Yep.
I just want to hear, just tell us what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah,
Deep thoughts on it.
I get everyone has their own opinions, and it's probably easy to say maybe uh, more negative things towards players that do sign for clubs like Roosters, with maybe not jealousy in it, but I'm not too sure what it was. But look, I don't understand. Like, okay, so if we look back at 2018, 2019, even years before that with Friendy, what we strived in most was that 80-minute hooker that could play all game long, that could tackle all game long, and just scoot from dummy half and set up plays that way. Now with since Friends left, we haven't had that type of hooker. We signed Cheese, and he wasn't that type of player. He was that player that could play maybe what 50, 60 minutes, just put a big hit on every now and then, and that's really about it. So I think as fans, a lot of us were excited when we signed Brendan, Brendan Smith, and I get that because of the name, but with Robson, he is gonna be a Jake. He already is a Jake Friend 2.0. He is that 80-minute player, tackles all game, doesn't miss many tackles. He's New South Wales hooker. So I don't understand how certain people can say that you know that he won't fit into the Roosters mold because he is he is the Roosters mold. He is that player that the club loves. Um, so yeah, I'm not. I was so baffled by it because I actually haven't seen um, too many people talk about it as if like it's not going to work since we signed Robson, and then now I've seen like multiple people come out and say it. So I'm not too sure if it's just to get a talking point up, but yeah, I don't agree with that at all. I think he will be. I genuinely think he'll be a better signing than DCE, and that's not saying DCE will be a bad signing. I just think Robson is. It will be with no bias. It'll be the best signing of the year.
I completely agree. I 100% agree with you, mate. I've obviously had my say on this as well with Reece Robson. I do believe that it's one that's going to float right under the radar early on,
Yeah,
and it's not like we're signing a normal hooker. Like we're signing the Dally M, not Dally M. signing the state of origin hooker for New South Wales. Like, it's
Yeah.
got to mean something.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, my argument was to the take that, yes, we understand that obviously, you know, we're stacked side, and obviously we've got the likes of Tedesco, DCE, and Sam Walker in the spine and all that, you know, and obviously it was compared to the Dogs, like he might be a perfect fit for the Dogs and all that, but like,
Yeah.
and then you look at, you know, he's got, obviously, like you said, he's got the similarities to Jake Friend, which I am so keen for, but mainly as well, mainly with, like, you see in the past with 2018-19, for example, Jake Friend was our hooker. Yes, he was the club captain with Boyd Cordner, but like, it's not like that he was the main guy like people trying to claim that Reece Robson was going to be. The main guy was Tedesco, Cooper Cronk, and Luke Keary in 2018 and 19.
Yeah.
Jake Friend just did his job, made 50 tackles, played big minutes, great service off the deck, and that's all we need, you know. And you know, Brendan Smith, like I said, I defend Brendan Smith for his time at the Roosters. I think he was harsh done by, mainly because he was unlucky with injury. Like, he was unlucky with injury, and tell me what he did wrong in 2024. Like, I don't think he did a lot wrong in 2024.
Yeah.
But obviously the Roosters thought otherwise, and I don't, you know, I'm not saying it was a right or wrong decision. I'm just saying, like, it was more towards the fans saying, "Oh, Brandon Smith, he's terrible." Blah blah blah. No, not really. No. He was good for us in stages, but he was just unfortunate with injury.
Yeah.
But I do say though, his playing style, didn't maybe suit the Roosters, because obviously it was clear that he wasn't an 80-minute out and out hooker for the Roosters.
100%.
But his impact was what impressed me, and I think we still could have found a way to make it work. But Reece Robson's that guy. It's like, no, this is the signing that we should have really gone after.
Yeah.
So, and like I said, like, I'm really excited for what Reece Robson has to offer. And I do agree with you, mate. I think Reece Robson is going to have a better year than DC. Like I said, like you said, I don't think he's going to have a bad year, DC. I think DC is going to be a massive impact for us. Mm-hmm. At the same time, I still believe that Reece Robson is going to sweep under the radar, and then people are going to remember, oh, wait, Reece Robson's in this side, and look how well he's going. I still believe it's one of the best spines in the comp, and if we get it together, it works out well. You know, we're definitely a genuine chance this year.
Yeah, fully. Yeah, I think the spine is stacked, and the thing that I just to touch on that DCE bit, I love that Teddy, who's our out and out leader, came out and said that, like, he's not the main voice, and a lot of people would take that as, like I did at first when I first read it, I was like, oh, he's just being humble. But to me, that's showing that maybe there's leadership being spread around now with DCE. Sammy Walker's going to step up, have a bit more of a voice. Teddy, maybe Robson. So it's maybe that main voice is going to be spread out among those players now. And yeah, I don't know. It can't be biased because I've got mates that aren't even Roosters fans, and they're saying, like, the spine's great. You know, the signings are great. A lot of them aren't liking the DCE signing, but a lot of them don't understand why we got him and what we got him for. So yeah, I can't wait. I think I haven't been this excited about a season for a while. I mean, I'm excited every season, but yeah, I'm really, really keen for this season.
Yeah, bro, 100%. I'm really excited. Now, like I said, like, I think I completely agree. Like, I love how, you know, the likes of Sam Walker have come out and said, you know, he's been a massive, you know, influence. Tedesco, the captain, massive influence. Nick Davis spoke about it as well. It's just good to have. It's really, really good to have this type of knowledge and experience and leadership that can bring into this side. And you know, you know how I felt about it originally. Yeah. I wasn't the biggest fan. I liked it, and I liked it in some ways. I didn't like it in other ways, but I can see why we're doing it as well. Yeah. Like, and you can tell long term this is going to be, you know, not saying that we don't win the comp this year. It's a complete failure, but it also gives the opportunity with his knowledge that later in the track, Toby Rodwell's going to be enormous for us. Hugo Savala, Sam Walker.
Yeah.
It's going to benefit the side. And obviously, time will tell. Come early in the season, you can see the blueprints have been set by the senior leaders and DCE and the likes. So
it's a good investment. It's a really good investment.
It's a free. It's a roll of the dice, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see what it is.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
I got a question. I was asked in the group chat, not group chat, on the diehards earlier.
Yeah.
They're asking one of them asked, like, is Zach Lomax an option? I'll say this: no, I don't want Zach Lomax anywhere near our club. The way that he is conducted himself over the last year and a half, he walked out on the Dragons deal. He walked out 1 year into a 4-year deal with Parramatta, and I obviously don't really. Obviously, this is a Roosters related YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe if you can. I will say this though: I've got massive praises for the Parramatta Eels the way they've handled this situation. The Parramatta deserve a massive pat on the back for this. They're standing tall. They're standing their ground. They're not getting influenced by Melbourne. Not getting influenced by Zach Lomax management or anything like that. They are standing firm on this, and they're saying "fuck you" to Lomax and his management and the Melbourne Storm, saying you're not getting him when he broke his contract, broke his word to depart for another code. Obviously, that's gone. That's gone all ends up, and he's looking for a way back into the NRL, and Parramatta are not allowing it. And why shouldn't they? Why shouldn't they allow it?
Yeah.
And and the way that they've handled it, obviously, I think today they're going to seek legal action. Good on them.
Yeah.
Good on Parramatta. Honestly.
Yeah. Agreed. My best mate that lives with me, Blake, me and him were talking about. He's a massive Para fan, and we were talking about it. And he's genuinely over the moon because the club has a backbone, and they're saying, "Nah, you walked out on us, so we're not allowing you to go anywhere. You can cry and whinge all you want that you want to go to Melbourne, but you're not going. You walked out on us. Now you're paying the prices." So yeah, good on him. And I would genuinely sorry, that's such a big word. I would genuinely dislike it so much if the Roosters went after him. I think he is a cancer to any club that he's going to go to. If he can walk out on a 4-year deal 1 year in because he wants to go R360, and then just because that dips out and they postpone it for 2 years, then he wants to crawl back in and go to Melbourne. Like, no, I hope Para win it all, and I don't think the NRL should be allowed to step in on it. I can understand why the NRL want to, but I'm so glad Para are standing firm with it.
Yeah, me too. Massive kudos to the Parramatta side and to the club. Maybe in the past, this would have been just get it out of their way. Like, I know Melbourne are trying everything there in their power to get in there, but Para, they've got the ball in their court. They have the final word because, the way that he walked out and it was in this state that obviously this 10-year anyway, it's so confusing. But at the end of the day, good on Parramatta for sticking up to themselves. Obviously, obviously, it's not Melbourne's fault. It's not their fault. Obviously, they see a player off contract. He's keen to come to their club. They're trying to find a way to make it happen. Obviously, the other club who have the right to say no at this stage. So, but I know Peter V'landys wants to step in and try and resolve this, and I get that because it's not a really good look for the game when you have a club trying to take legal action against a player. You've had management taking legal action towards a club for blocking his path and all that kind of stuff. But I just don't hope Peter V'landys just caves in and just let him go to Melbourne and resolve this. I think but we'll see how it goes. But but to answer the question, no, I don't want Zach Lomax after what's going on here. I do not want him anywhere near the Sydney Roosters, and I can guarantee you, I don't think Nick Politis wants to have that sort of bullshit unfold under his watch.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
It's a simple straight no. And you've said it, and I've said it. Max Jorgensen should be our next play after the World Cup.
Yeah.
And I did say yesterday that Max Jorgensen is also available to sign with us as of right now. He's free to
Oh, really?
negotiate.
Okay.
His contract expires with Rugby Australia at the end of this year. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that he's coming next year. I think he re-signs for the World Cup, but after the World Cup, it's fair game. And like you said yesterday, would love to see them all come back.
Yeah.
They all come back at the same time.
Yeah.
And
That'd be amazing.
and Nick Politis walks out of Allianz Stadium. Obviously, our headquarters is at Allianz Stadium.
Yeah.
He walks out of Allianz Stadium. He looks across the road. Rugby HQ's over there. You see Angus Crichton, Sil Leahy, Marky Mark, Max Jorgensen walk over into Allianz Stadium in the Roosters HQ, and Nick Politis outside Allianz Stadium just gives the finger to Rugby CEO, and that'd be the ultimate thing, eh?
Mate, imagine the club done that as a video like announcement of who we're signing. You just see Pilatus in the background giving the finger to Rugby Australia, and then all the boys
just the
walk in.
wave, or just like a wave, say hi, hey guys, welcome back.
Taking the players. Yeah, so, yeah, that'd be unreal. Yeah, I wish we could get them all back, but I don't think we will. But yeah, it'll be. I think next year's. When can they? So when can they? When's the World Cup? It's next year?
Next year.
Yeah, so they can't play, but can they come halfway during the season next year, NRL season?
I don't think so.
No, so it'd be at the end of,
because the World Cup's in the end of next year, right? It's in October.
Yeah, no, then
so obviously, Gus is obviously signed for 2027 for the Waratahs while they play coach with us. I do think though that Joey Manu could come back as early as mid next year. I believe.
Yeah.
Mid next year or mid 2028 they can come back, and I believe that with the Marky Mark deal, he obviously signed for 2 years. He could so the Japanese rugby obviously finishes around May.
Yeah.
So before the June 30 window closes, we could still sign Marky Mark for the end of the 2028.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I see Marky Mark coming back. 100%.
I like I said, I think Marky Mark is the first one comes back. He's my hope on coming back. He loves his club, and he's stated on the record that if it's definitely in his plans long term to be back at the Roosters. So, and we'll hold him to that. Obviously, Angus Crichton now is part of this situation.
Yeah,
he this pains me to admit it's Gus though. I love Gus, but he's going to be 31 next year.
Yeah,
during the World Cup.
Yeah, I don't think I see.
I think
him
Gus
coming back.
No.
I don't think
NRL. No. Like
Yeah.
I don't. If he does come back to the NRL, it's there's one location he's going to, and that's the Roosters.
Yeah.
But I just think he stays put. Obviously he's got a lot of ties with rugby union, like I've mentioned. It's also going to be good to see him link up with Suoliti again.
Yeah.
Just thinking about that, obviously Suoliti's at the Waratahs. Suoliti and Crichton on the same side might be carnage in Super Rugby and that. So something to think about.
Yeah.
But it's very, very interesting as well. But like I said, we've got 1.4 million, 1.4, 1.5 just from Crichton and Marky Mark alone. Obviously, we've got Ruben Garrick, who is in there.
I forgot we signed him.
Yeah, well, he's obviously the first sort of replacement that will go after. Obviously, we'll see.
Yeah.
To replace Marky Mark, obviously.
I could see it. Well, mate. Okay, here's a question for you. If say Garrick doesn't replace Marky Mark, do we go by a gun winger, or do we bring up a junior with Garrick out of the question?
Do we go after someone?
Yeah, do we go after someone, or do we bring through a junior?
Yeah, look, obviously, the big problem was obviously that game he played against Parramatta, which wasn't his greatest, but he's still young. He's still young. He's still got a lot of time up. He's got a lot of time up his sleeve to figure it all out.
Oh no, I didn't say junior. I said, do we bring up a junior?
Do we bring up a junior?
Yeah. No,
sorry. Do we bring up a junior? Tom Rodwell, I think would be the perfect one for me. A junior Ponga as well.
Yeah.
like I said,
yeah.
we got options. We got
Yeah.
options, and I think that's why we've gone up. We got Ruben Garrett, got Tommy Talau, Cody Ramsey in that to have this year of development under the club, and then once the time arrives, there's options there available.
Yeah.
It's still seemed to be heard about whether or not where Daniel Tupou's future ends up after this year. Obviously, he's off contract.
Mhm.
Problem is though, like Toops is getting to that age, but he's still good enough to go another year or
Yeah.
two. It's all on him.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm not going to make a play on whether or not Tupou leaves or not. It just depends on how his body's feeling come the end of the season. Does he have enough left in the tank for next season? Because I want to see him get past Kern Irvine's record, and he's in line to be the most cap rooster player of all time this year as well.
Yeah.
Which it's just crazy to think that in my lifetime as a Roosters fan, you as well,
Yeah.
we'll be able to see Minicello break Luke Rickardson's record, Jared Mitchell Orbison pass Minicello's record, Jared Reed-Hargreaves passes Orbo's record, and potentially this year or maybe next year, Daniel Tupou passes Jared Reed-Hargreaves, becomes the most cap Roosters player of all time. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I genuinely believe that he is going to keep that record for a long time if Tupou passes it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what a beautiful stat for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you saying?
Like, I can't see anyone in our top 30 right now anywhere near him.
Yeah.
Because they're all young. So for the next 10, 15 years at least, that record's in solid tack after Tupou. If Tupou passes Jared, I think he holds that for a while. Maybe a Sam Walker long term. Who knows?
Yeah, it could be. And yeah, I think it'll be so beautiful for Tupou to hold that for so long because, like, I remember reading that so many clubs were going after Tupes and offering him more money than the Roosters could. And he still stuck strong and stayed with the club. So that type of player there, especially at his peak, he could have went anywhere and maybe requested, whatever he wanted. I mean, not obviously like 1.5 or a mil or whatever, but he could have went for more money and he stayed with the club. So that loyalty, it's just like, and like we know Toops, like most humble bloke. Like he's so humble. Like even when I see him at like when I go in there for work and whatnot, just always smile, hi, hello, how are you? Just that type of stuff, you know what I mean? Like where he doesn't have to, but he does. And that's what I love about Toops.
That's the type of Toops is, eh? Like I've known Toops for nearly
you do.
For 13 years, I reckon I've known Toops for. And every time I see him, he's so polite. I actually got a match worn from Toops. It's one of my prized possessions. I got a gifted match worn from him, and he's always keen on jumping on the channel for the vlogs and that. He's such a humble guy, incredible human. I just love it. I just love Toops.
Yeah.
But anything else you want to cover, mate? Because I think that's all I wanted to cover.
Yeah, I think that's it. I'm only just I want to talk about Gus leaving. Gus
and Marky Mark,
and
Reece Robson as well.
Yeah, that's basically. I think we covered it all.
Yep.
Basically,
all right,
whatever we could.
Yeah, well, I think that's about it. All right, guys. Yep. Well, thank you for everyone for tuning in. We actually had a lot of people in here, some absolute trolls, but thanks for tuning. Thanks for putting up the viewers up, lads. Really appreciate it. But Lummy, thanks for coming on, mate. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
We got Buzz in here as well. G'day, Buzz.
Yeah, Buzz.
Buzz, you fucking drop kick. Shout out the Buzz. Shout out to the Buzz. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the City Roosters Diehards. Make sure to check out Lummy on Instagram. I'll put a link in the show notes afterwards. Give us a follow on the Roosters Diehards as well for your latest Roosters updates and opinions. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one. Until then, it's goodbye for now.